Hi, everyone. Ooh, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Trying to do a little last minute things here. I hope everyone is doing well. I'm gonna do my best to adjust this camera. I think we're good here for now. Yeah, yeah, I think that's okay for now. So, thanks for joining me today. The reason I came on today is because um, our arty friend Nancy Lee favorited or uh, gifted me this Color Cube Volume 1 and 2 by Sarah Renee Clark. And I've never used anything like this, so this is going to be fun. So I thought could pick out a card or two, whatever, after I look through it, and then do some gel printing. So I'm a little out of breath. Sorry, I was trying to clean up before you guys showed up. That was a nice piece of styrofoam there. Let me pull these out. Could take a look. Yeah, so I guess she has had an extra set. She didn't realize she had an extra set of these, and her husband said it's either you or you get rid of that set. So she asked if I was interested, which of course I don't have these, so I was like, yeah, totally. So she was really sweet to send them over. So thank you, Nancy Lee. While we look at these pretty boxes, let's say hello to everybody. Oh, give me a moment. Why is you not on the YouTube? Because you're not on YouTube, Eddie. Everyone is having a good Sunday. So I am going to go to the participants list, say hello in the chat, and I can say hello back. So hello, Kioti. Hi, Kat. Mo is here. Hi, Mo. Cynthia McMillan's here. Gray like gray. Rhonda's here, who's Griffin Shale in the chat. Nancy's here. That's Handy Scandy. Justin, Nancy Lee. Hi. Renee Hicks is here. Sherry Jones, Karen McCoy. That's slapping paint to paper or paint on paper. Susie is here, and so is Zal. Like how? Thank you guys for stopping in. Let me get over to the chat so I can see it properly. Kind of doing like three things at once here. Where am I? Here we are. Okay. Hi, Rosemary. Hi, Jeanette. Hi, Violet. Who else did I miss? I'm just trying to go through the list here. I think I've got everybody. Da-da-da-da. Oh, Susie's multitasking, winding embroidery thread bobbins as you watch Mariah, Patricia, now me. Yay! All right, who else? I think I got everybody said hello to. So let's open these up. So these are the cubes. So let's see. This is volume 2. Let's start with 1. Let's be proper. Why not? Oof. So they have instructions. I'm sure some of you have used these, some of you have not, but let's read it. Using a color palettes can be used so many creative projects, and there are no specific rules on how to use them. You can use as few or as many colors as you like. You can use them strictly as a limited palette, or you can use them as a starting point, add your own colors to expand the palette further. The purpose of these palettes is to provide an inspiration and help reduce the creative block that comes in the process of choosing colors so you can focus on the rest of your creative process with more confidence. Yay. How to match colors. The colors on the back of each card are printed on the edge or to the edge, so you can place them right up against your media to match the colors as closely as possible. It doesn't have to be perfect for your final result to look good, so don't worry if you don't have a scientific level of color matching skills. They provide the hex codes, which I'm not going to go into, but um, they're good for like the initial match. And she says, I still recommend doing the final match by eye. Tints and shades. Each card also includes a 20% tint and a 20% shade of each color. These can help you visualize the darker and lighter variations if you want to expand your color range or include highlights and shadows in your artwork. These are just a guide. And then the names of the colors. Yeah, let's see. The color names are provided. The color names provided are an approximate. I really should be wearing my glasses. God, I'm so bad at this. The color names provided are an approximate description of each color as categorized in the color catalog. There are over 1,000 color categories included, but you may find the same color listed twice for slightly different colors where those colors were best categorized together. As there is no universal naming system for colors, telling me, please use these names as a reference only and do not rely on them for accurate printing or color matching. Yeah, and this is always important. Appearance of colors. Please note that due to the differences in how colors appear on the screen and in print, colors may appear differently on these cards to the digital color catalog and to any digital art you create with hex codes provided. All right, so I don't really do the digital art thing so much, so I'm not going to worry about that. But let's see. So this is the first one. No, I'm not going to go through each individual one. I know that would be madness. Um, Lovely butterfly and flower. So you've got your 5 colors there, a photo reference. Your colors, magenta, blood orange, gold, camel, hunter green, and then it's got the color plus the tint and shade. Hi, Linda. How are you? Welcome. Hold that up a little better so you can see. So yeah, these are fun. Just pick one out at random, except I like to be random. Oh God. Oh, look at that. It's the day after Valentine's, and I picked the one with the hearts on it. Heart waffles. It's cute. Huh? Roses. And, oh, of course, I went to Valentine's. This must be like done by the year. I don't know. Let's go in here into the middle. Oh, that's lovely. House in the middle of nowhere in the valley there. Good colors. What do they call these? Gray, dark green, olive, steel blue, white smoke, and blood orange. Blood orange. Got plums, blueberries. Oh, these are cool. So I'm assuming the second box is pretty much the same deal. It's just there's a lot more of them. That's all. Some nice fall colors. Maybe it's let's see. That's nice. More grungy here. What I think of grungy. Cool. So first thing I want to do is here. I will let you guys decide, should I pick from volume 1 or volume 2? Give you guys a minute to answer that. This is volume 1, volume 1 and 2. And while you do that, I'm going to pull this print here that I did yesterday. This is a new favorite of mine to go to, this color combo, kind of like a primary color situation. This is using my newest design. I actually use both with this, I think. I use both the stencil and the mask for Sweet Crescents. And that's these here. So these are the 2 options you can get them in. But certainly, they work great together. And I encourage you to have one of each because you never know when you're gonna need it. That way you have one that's already altered and then one with the borders. So gives you options. But yeah, so this was a couple of layers, but then I also, when I put down the layer of the red or magenta, I used one of my stamps, the hurricane, the wind one. It's like a swirl to pull paint. So you can see that in there too. And then I picked it up with the primary yellow. This one to be exact. This one here. Cool. Oh, thanks, Nancy. That's very sweet of you to say. Wow. I'm seeing a lot of twos, so let's go with two. So this will be fun for color mixing too. All right, I'm gonna go random. Hi, Darcy. Okay, I like that one. Have here lovely butterfly on a flower. And this is peach, which not the peach I'm used to, but I've seen peaches this color. Mimosa, marigold, flame, and black. Let's do one more. There we go. This is different enough. That's a lovely photo. Looks like a kind of seacoast or coastal photo with like seaweed and stuff. And this is dark teal, mint, sage, salmon, imperial red, and black. So the only common color is the black, between the two. All right, so let's go with those two for now. On Nancy, yeah, Nancy says that Halloween vibes. Yeah, this one definitely Halloween vibes. Um, to me, it speaks like fall comfort. I love this combo here. That's a good one. But let's start with this one here. So, all right, let me get. I'm gonna get my larger gel plate for now. All right. Wow. This one's got some stuffs on it. This one isn't too bad. I'm just gonna. We'll just go with it with whatever's there. All right. So, hi, Adrienne. How are you? All right. And I thought, I'm gonna shift some things around here. Get my keyboard out of the way. And I think I'm gonna use this is exam paper that I spent like 3 hours the other day cutting down a size because this is the size roll it comes on. This is a big boy. And I got a box of 12 of these. And I've already mostly used one, which is kind of impressive. Um, so I'm onto this newer one. And also I have the Hammermill paper, color copy paper too. Right, Karen? It's I mean, I guess it's a labor of love because it's got to be done, but it's a bit of a pain in the patooties. I need a brayer. Helpful. You can go over here. All right, so our first color is peach. Now, for me, this peach looks sort of like my unbleached titanium. That's a that's a pretty good match, if I do say so myself. And then this, let me put this to the side so I don't confused myself. And mimosa, mimosa. Is it more yellow ochre? So, okay, here, yellow ochre is more towards this marigold. That's like almost a match. Exactly. Hi, Graham. Oh, awesome. Good. So if you have any tips with them, please send them my way. So those are two colors, and then there's flame. Now, let me think, what could flame be? I have the metallic burnt orange, but it's more red than that. What do you guys think for the flame? Should I go more red? I could mix in more red. What do we think? We'll leave that for a moment. Let me plug here through my colors. I really do need a better system for laying out my paints, but it is what it is for now. I have black. Yeah, okay, so that's black. That's done. Mimosa's a little lighter yellow. That's almost like a Naples yellow. Because it's not as bright as that. That's for sure. What is this? This is, oops. It's azo yellow. No. No, that's yellow ochre. We have that. I don't have a Naples yellow. That's still too bright. One step. Now, I have this craft paint. This is called Buttercup. That's a pretty close match. It could be a little bit darker, but I can darken it up. Hi, Patricia. How are you? I hope you feel better soon. Flame is the only one that I'm questioning as whether to use this one or not. This is the metallic burnt orange, but tiny dab of the orange metallic into the light yellow, it would darken up. Try that. What's this? No, that doesn't have a place there. Now here's copper. Now the copper looks like the shaded version, the tint version of the flame. So I think I'm going to swap the burnt orange out for the copper. Got our black, peach, this and this. All right, let's make a print. Why would you build me up, Buttercup? Okay, so now the approach. We could approach this a couple of different ways. What if I did? All right, so I'm gonna do my first layer, and this green's gonna bug me. So you know what? I'm gonna get my tape out and clean that up. I don't want that on there, and I don't want to use a smaller plate. This is not the fancy noiseless tape, so I apologize if that noise bugs you. We're not at that level yet over here at Eddie Makes Art. We're at the level of use what you got and make it work. So, how is everyone spending their Sunday? Unless you're, on the other side of the world and it's already Monday for you. I don't know. I think everyone here is mainly UK and US or Europe and US. I don't know if any of our Aussie friends have shown up. Right, Nancy? That's, use what you got and you make it work. Oh, New York sour. That sounds good. You know what I haven't had in a long time that I would love to have once more is a Manhattan. That's something that's gonna blow your socks off, but it's a great sipping cocktail for like when you're sitting, you're having, good conversation with good people. That's the kind of cocktail the Manhattan is. All right, I am going to lay down some of this lovely yellow ochre. I just ordered new t-shirts and I ordered my Words in Action t-shirts. I got two colors. So hopefully I'll have them soon. Show you, but if you go to my website or my shop in T Public, there is a two versions now. There is the black print and then there is the white print version. And I know I saw Karen, she got a hot pink one. Hi, Vanessa. How are you? Yes. Karen got her beautiful, beautiful pink um, Words in Action t shirt. Again, this is Sweet Crescents, the mask version. So here's what I thought I would do. I'm gonna build up layers on a couple of different papers. How about we do that? That might be a fun way to do this. Yes, I love that T-shirt. P says if you're listening, Patricia Carmichael says I have a T-shirt that says I like my whiskey straight, my friends. I like whiskey like I like my friend. What? I like my whiskey straight. My friends go both ways. Yeah. Eddie can't read today. Sorry. When I was a youngster in my 20s, I used to wear this T-shirt that says, "I'm not as think as you drunk I am." They were very popular back in the day. Those silly T-shirts. Every which way but loose, right, Nancy? Let's try and get so much up as we can. Got a good little base there. Um, your T-shirt says "relax," Justin. That's the Frankie Hollywood one, isn't it? Let's do a layer with this peachy color. This is unbleached titanium, but according to our card here, it is peach. So I don't know. It looks beige to me. Let me see if I can keep that there. You guys can still see it. Thank you, Rhonda. It's a fluid acrylic, so that's why it's crazing like that. Yeah, Karen uses this fluid acrylic a lot too from Blick. It's great, especially for the price. It's not a very expensive paint for what it is, and I am just made the biggest mistake and keeping this down too long. That's where you don't do that, folks, on where it has the view post showing. Rookie mistake 101. All right, we're just going to go with it. We're not going to stress. Just pull off any of that extra paper there. Really haven't done too much damage. And what I should have done is pulled it with that tissue, and that's where I boffed it. Is I didn't use the tissue. So no worries. I'll do another layer of that, and I'm going to pick it up with the medical exam paper. So newbies to gel printing, that happens to everybody. That happens to all of us. So if that happens, don't stress out. Just take care of it and move along. It is not worth stressing out about, that is for sure. I had breakdowns when I first started gel printing and that happened. Oh my God, the first time I about flipped out, but you gotta just keep it in perspective. Okay. So much better, much better. Let me go ahead. I'm gonna lift this up. We got that paint under there. So let me let that dry up and we'll come back and add some more color. Where's my 9x12? Is this clean? No, it's not clean. Well, let's just go with what's on here. And let's add the ochre to this layer. Actually, I want to add ochre down. That's what I want to do. There's still some of that fluid on here, so I'm just going to go with it and let that mix in. It's really not going to make a huge difference. That happens to be magenta down there on the plate. It's the flop off from that print I pulled earlier. Let's try this again, kids. Now, this should be fine because this side has lots of paint layered up on it. I've been giving this mask a workout. Hi, Julie. Julie Parker from Australia. Welcome. Hope you had a lovely Valentine's with you and your hubby. If you didn't see it, over in Makers, Julie posted a Valentine she made for her husband, and it's really, really beautiful. I don't know, Karen, maybe the Valentine's, spilled over. All right. So there, got some cool glow grungy bits there. All right. Now, do a layer of this buttercup here, which is our mimosa. And it's a craft paint, so it's and it's matte finish. Oh, I got a great joke about that, but I can't say it on a live. Starting to come up. And this is when the tissue is going to come in handy. So let's fill up with the tissue. See if I can get some on here, but I'm going to go the opposite way. Now, since this side of the stencil has a lot more paint on it, I'm at less chance of letting that stick. Hi, Mariah. All right, so we got our second layer there. I think at this point, I'm going to pull that, let that dry. Let's see if I can get some of this paint off of this stencil here. Probably not much. That craft paint dries pretty quickly. Got more off the ochre side. This big one should be dry. Okay. Now I want to incorporate the black at this point, but let me find a stencil to match this. Uh, Stack out here that I've been pulling from. Let's see. I'm flipping, guys. Here. About. We get squared up in here. Little Darcy, yeah. Yeah, that is pretty dry. Okay, I'm gonna ask you guys, should I do copper here or black? I will wait. Question will play with clay in your driveway. I don't want to know, Mariah. I don't want to know. Go with the copper. Okay. Yeah. Once I put the stencil down, I'm like, that's going to be a lot of black. Oh, that's too bad, Julie. You may have just slept on your ribs. Funny, you know. It happens. So far, 2 for copper. A 1 for black. This is a lovely copper. This is the Liquitex Basics. Okay. Oh, another black, but we've got 3 to 2. Hi, Shannon. I didn't see you come in. Shannon says, I was going to say black, but P says copper, so that's great. That's got to be correct. That's what I would go with. No colors anymore. I want to turn them. um, can we compromise? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the copper now, but I'm definitely bringing in the black. But I think I am going to go with Queen P, but also my gut says the copper would be better at this point. So I'm going to go with the copper. Guys, if I missed something or you want me to see it, please put it in all caps because it's not easy doing this alone. And this was not a planned live because I didn't know my brother was going to be out of the house today. So as soon as I found that out, I said, let's schedule a live because that would be awesome. Enjoy, Graham. Have a mimosa for me. So there we have that. Give this a little flippy floop. Yeah, so see, I think that's a good call. Then I can pull this with black. Did I use all the colors? Yeah, I think I used all the colors. But so I'm gonna let that dry. It shouldn't take too long. Now, because I want to get this plate. Oh wait, what do we have? This one here. Let's add this copper onto here. We'll just do a little flopping offy and kind of crookedy. Hi, Heather. Did I say hello to you? I don't know if I did, but hello. Yeah, you agree with the black too. I've got some copper there. Okay. That's going to be fun. Okay, Jay, Justin, say hello to mom for me. Hello, mother. It's me, Justin. Just checking in. Okay, Nancy. Thanks for hanging out. Now, I am going to go ahead. I'm going to put black on this because I got a few calls for black, and I think I should indulge you. Hi, Belinda. How are you? Oh, okay, Nancy. Awesome. And Carrot says, yes, indulge me. I will threaten you with a good time every chance I get. Loverly. That's such a good one. You really knocked it out of the park with this one, Darcy. If you didn't know, this is designed by Darcy Sanders, who's in the chat. Her name is Darcy. It's Misadventures with Mixed Media. She is fellow designer and an awesome friend. Look at that. Now, I do have another plate here. I conditioned a lot of my plates recently and did my best to leave them empty for the next time I came on live with you guys. And here we are. Yeah, the stencil, it comes in a stamp form as well. So if you into the foam stamps, then there you go. Yeah, for a while there, black was my go-to color too in my fashion. Look at that sweet flop off. Look at that. Look at that. So good. Copper is still wet, but I didn't put my finger completely in it. Yeah, there wasn't much here, so it's pretty dry already. Now, let's get a little funky here. I'm gonna give myself a little. I've got my Arteza metallics, and I specifically pull these out because I always forget to use them. Let's get there's a black in here. It's brown. I thought there was a black one. Hmm. It's a silver. Hmm. Here it is. I went right past it. This is pearl space gray. Close enough. Hi, Ann Webb. How are you? Appreciate you stopping by. Yes, lurk if you want, lurk if you must. You know what, Rhonda? I'm surprised they're still the way they are. The problem is I don't have like shelf space for all of it, so it goes. I have to kind of force myself to keep them in their container. So I'm almost done watching the series The Last Kingdom on Netflix. That is a violent show. I'll tell you what. That is a violent show. And it's like you find yourself cheering for the just everybody at some point. But pretty funny. Where are you, Baron? There we are. Braveheart. Braveheart's a violent movie. Yes. God, I think I only saw that the first time it came out. I'm kind of gone sour on Mel Gibson after his his issues, but good movie. You watch The Last Kingdom, Rhonda? I think it's funny if you catch it, and in parts, and then other parts you're just like, wow, like how did they live like that? How did they live like that? That is kind of weird looking, but that's why we're here. We're trying new stuff out and seeing what works. Let's see. What's this? This is nice and dry. Now we can start shifting over to this color card here. Do that. This has the dark teal mint. Oh, Seven Nights. No, the Last Kingdom. Seven Nights. What's that one on? Because I've heard of that one. And it's bums me. There's too many streaming services and I can't afford them. So I watch what I can when I can. That's why I'm a few years late on this The Last Kingdom. Um Sage, salmon, imperial red, and black. And remember when I was reading the card earlier, the instructional card, you don't have to use all the colors. So let's see, I've got the black. Now that mint is very aqua to me. I don't know about you. I think I'm gonna let's see what we can do for imperial red. I have the first red I grab here is this is scarlet. It's a little more, doesn't have as much orange, I think. What do you think? No, it's a possibility. I have alizarin crimson, but that is, see how way darker than that. And definitely more on the blue than the orangey. I have, this is terracotta, but again, let me see. Actually, the terracotta is kind of like the tinted version. So we can keep that to the side here just as a possibility. Um, and I have, this is Arctic. I do have mint in this one, but let me see, not much. Mint is a lot like the sage. Yes, Julie, these were colored cubes gifted to me from Nancy Lee because she had an extra set. It's volume 1 and 2, and we chose from 2 cards from volume 2 to play with. Do a metallic blue. Oh, don't know if I have one in this shade. I don't have a lot of metallic blue. Oh, wait. Got my Artezas. Okay. Oh, look, this pearl turquoise is just like the mint color here. Very bright. That's pretty bright. This pearl sky blue. Kind of, but it's kind of wimpy. Yeah, it's something different I thought would be good to have for when, yeah, like Karen says, when the inspiration, um, you need some inspiration. They're good to have around, I guess. I don't know. I like that. Let's leave that out. No, it's pretty dark. What's this? This dark teal. Yeah, see, that's how different that is. The indigo, very different. It looks so good in this, doesn't it, Mo? Just very graphic. Here's what I'm gonna do. Because I don't have a lot of mint left, I am gonna do a layer of this mint and or this turquoise and this mint to represent the mint and the sage. It's weird. The names, it says don't get hung up on the names, and that's right. Because it's just drive yourself crazy. Go by your eyes. Do a little bit there. Let's do a hombre. and ombre. Julie says, my thing I struggle with is what colors to put together, not as bad as it used to be. Yeah, it's a tough one, but I think, just practice and kind of experimenting and making mud sometimes is what's going to help too. Gotta put that paper on really crooked. Bye, Heather. Take care. Thanks for hanging. Let's see how it looks on here. I'm gonna brayer it out. Oh, that's pretty. That is lovely. Here. Oh, look at that. Isn't that pretty? That's gonna look super cool. I'm gonna go back to our original here with the copper. Yeah, nice and dry. All right, so for this one, let's go back to this card here. What was left, I think, is the black. So I think that's what we'll do is pick this up with the black. Let me make sure this is lined up well. Okay. Do a little black. Thanks, guys. Trying to control how much paint I add to my plates. I think sometimes I just go way overboard. And I think this time, maybe not enough. So let's add a little bit more. There we go. Thank you, Mo. Yeah, there's a T-shirt for that. Everybody loves a good ombre. A coffee would be nice. You want coffee, Julie? Sorry, the coffee bar's closed at the moment. That's cool. Yeah, because I've seen them before, Susie, and I never kind of like, I'm like, oh, I know how to pick colors. But honestly, like when you sit down and do some things, sometimes you're just like, you draw a blank or it gets kind of like overwhelming. And you want something that kind of is going to guide you to the spot that you want to get to. That is going to be so cute. I love that. Dry. Oh, there's this one. This was the flop off. Clean that brayer. Thanks, Nancy Lee. Hi, Elizabeth. How are you? For this one, I thought we could pick it up with the black. I mean, we could pick it up onto here, but we need a transparent color to pull this. And where's that card? So the color that I didn't use here is this, the flame. And let me think if I have a color in that flame tone that's transparent that I could pull with that. I may have something. There's Azo Gold. That's too, I don't know. It's too on the yellow. Arteza may be a good option. None of these are speaking to me. No, what is this? This is too, no. It's too brown. Hi, Kathy. So I have this. If I add a little bit of a transparent red, this is semi-transparent. I don't know. Hi, Kim. How are you? Let's think here. No. No. So this is the red iron oxide. I'm going to go with the trans red oxide. Just because it's good and I think it'll work. I think it will work for our purposes. Yeah, unfortunately, this is on the 8x10. Oh, bummer. Whatever. I'm going to do it anyway. I don't care. That is okay with me. Bye, Shannon. Take care. Ooh, look at that brayer off, Mo. Love it. It's good. I got a lot of black under here. It's kind of gooping up the process. Chunky bits in there. Off. Retire you. Come on. Did that dry already? Oh, yeah. I'm going to put a little bit down. This is what happens when you start reading chat and then you talk too much and you don't put the paper down right. Well, it is what it is, but oh well. Not gonna cry over that one. So this one, let's see here. Look at that. That's all the stuff that's on the brayer. This is the ombre one. I'm gonna be a pain in the butt today. Ooh, that's lovely. Can't really tell that's on there. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Mo. I didn't understand what you're saying. Yeah. It looks so good. I love that. You go there. So this one, this plate here is, it's got some purpley stuff on it, but I'm not gonna worry about that. Let's go to this large, or not large, the full-size stencil of the Sweet Crescents. I think I'm going to switch grayers until this one dries a little bit more. Put a black on there, and it's just got a little stuff hanging out. Jeez. It's like the paint gets like right up in there and starts hitting against the roller. Where's our other card? Here it is. All right, so we're still working with this card. So we've got, let's work with the reds now. Let's do some of this for the Imperial Red. This is Scarlet. It's a Hippie Crafter acrylic. Just going to give it a little squeeze. They're thicker. It's a thick one. And let me find a stamp to pull that, create something on there with. Be right with you guys. I'm just digging through a little box here. Here. This is my smaller version of unraveling squares. So what I'm going to do is pull paint off of here through the stencil though, using the stamp. Kind of be strategic about it to get the most impact, right? Is that what you say? Is that what those artists say? And then the reason I stamp off after I pull is because if you leave too much paint on on the stamp, it's not going to pull up enough to really show. Like there. Give it a nice push. Hi, Utah. It's starting to dry over here, so that's why I pulled up a lot more. So let's see here. Right there, and I think that is enough. A little bit more there. There we go. Right, and I do have something. Put these in. Go. Yeah. So what I do with my foam stamps after I use them with acrylic paint is if I'm not going to go to the washroom right away, I just put them in a little thing of water here, put them paint side down, and gravity will do its thing, pull most of that paint off. So all you really have to do is rinse it off once you get it to your sink. I gotta put this someplace I'm not gonna spill it. Because the other day, that's why, like, there was brown paper on my desk the other day, but the reason it's not there anymore is because I spilled water that I was doing the stamping on, or that I was putting the stamps with, and it went everywhere. Oh, good times. All right, so we can see what that looks like. So you get that cool design going through the stencil. Little bonus for you. Yeah. Yeah, that's dry. That paint dries quickly anyway. So let's talk about colors for the next layer. So I can, let me find another stencil to go over this. We could just square it up again. The question is, what color do we want to go with next? Like I said, this is the Imperial Red. I'm thinking maybe a dark teal like this color here. I think that would be, this would work, huh? Oh, I think that would be a good match. This is the turquoise phthalo from Golden. Did I say hi, Robin? Hi, Robin. How are ya? Now I do have something drawn up here. See if this is ready. That's fun. Ooh, I like that. All kinds of cool stuff going on there. So this was from the first card, which is, are you hiding? You want to see where that first card went? It's not that one. That one. Huh. My card is MIA. Didn't want to play no more. But yeah, this was from the first card that we chose. The combo. I think on this one I pulled all the colors too. Cool beans. Oh, here it is. Let's see. This was the combo here. It's over there. It's over there. Things fly off the desk and they go like everywhere. Ah, this mess. I made a mess of this one. Well, it is what it is. But I pulled off pretty much all, except I lost everything that was behind it. Okay. Well, everyone's got a hit and miss, right? All right. Yeah, Kim says, I've never been attracted to bold red and blue combo unless it's in our flag. Yeah, I totally get that. And that's I get kind of hesitant when it comes to that combo. And I guess it all depends on the shade of you choose. So I'm gonna start with that this tealy blue, this blue here, this is a mint, they call it. But for me, it's this color here. It's pretty good. It's a little lighter than what I want, but let me get my small mixing plate here. Yeah, it's got paint on it, but it's just a mixing palette for now. So let's get another stencil, shall we? All right, this is. Oh, Kathy, I'm using the color cubes from what's her face? Sarah something or other. Sarah Renee Clark. I was gifted volumes 1 and 2. Yeah, Kim. That's what I love. Kim is talking about this. Different angles gives you a different vibe altogether. Tambien. All right, so this is another one of mine. This is Teardrop Petals. We all need a good cry once in a while. All right, let's try and darken this up a little bit. Gonna go with a little bit of black, very little bit. Thanks, Rosemary. A little bit, un poquito. Even a tiny, tiny bit really darken that up. But sorry, I hope you can. This is all like, there we go. Pretty good match there, let me think. No, we don't want more black. No. Get out of there. But you know what? I do need a little bit more because it's a big stencil. Do a touch more. shift it, shift it. All right, so beautiful. Drop. Let that dry. What's on my 9x12? There's something I know in here. Oh yeah, it's this one. And if you weren't here earlier, this plate already had red, the magenta on it. That's why that's on there. It already had the teal on it too. So trying to clean it up, but it's kind of funky. Gonna need another layer of something. Just to give it some more life. Hi, Jen. How are you? All right. A little tape here. Get some of this off. Thanks, Al. I'm doing good, Chen, doing the best that I can. All right, so that's that here. And we're still working with this one here. Does this, yeah, that's pretty dry, I think, but let's see if I can get anything off there. Not much, but it's something. Got a little something, something. So how about let's do the salmon. So for the salmon, I'm going to use the terracotta that I have here, which I think is pretty close. For this one, I'm going to put the paint down first. All right. Lay you down. And where's that stamp? Another one. Here it is. This is the stamp. This one's introvert. Left. Let's see what happened. That's interesting. It's hard to see through the plexi and stuff, but I think that's going to be quite interesting. So let's let that dry. Just, Back to the red here. So for the same card, this was I used for the Imperial Red. I used this Hippie Crafter Scarlet, and then my stamp over it. Oh, I know what we could do with this one. Let's see if I can get my hands on it. Pop dots. Everybody loves a pop dot. Gonna do the pop dots. I'm gonna call it pop tarts. Pop darts here in the. What if we did it in the mint, which is sort of like this one? What do you guys think? Which color? Bye, Julie. Take care. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, Pinterest has a lot of good color combo posts. It's funny as I've been finding somebody who's posting links to some of my videos, my gel printing pull videos, the shorts, and like they don't like. It's weird, but I just comment on them. Thanks for sharing my art. I haven't done a light mint yet. We could do that. Do I have a metallic? Let's see. Let's see. I might. I just might. Hmm. Cactus. It's a little greeny. Oh, here's one. How about this? Dark blue 9, dark blue at the bottom. What do you mean at the bottom? This one? This is pistachio green. Let me see what it looks like out the tube. See, out the tube, it looks just like that sage. Let's do it. We'll do some metallic dots. It might be a lot, but there's a lot of orifices in here. Oh, it's black at the bottom of the card. So just to give you a better look, I'm sorry, I know it's far away. So at the top is dark teal, what they call dark teal, mint, then sage, salmon, imperial red, and then black. Oh, really? Yeah. Good tip, Kathy. Thanks. She says Arteza metallics are great, but don't buy their paints in the bags because the tops break. Good to know. I was looking at some pouch paints the other day, and I'm just like, I can't. I know they would frustrate me to no end, and like they were on sale, but I'm like, is it worth it saving a couple of bucks? Just and it's just going to increase my aggravation. Man, get in there. Like Karen says, everybody's got dots. She says something like that. I don't know. All right, so we're gonna leave this to dry. But Rhonda, I think that was a good call. It's a subtle, it's subtle, but it doesn't fight with the red. Now those purple lines, those were there already. So that's just a how it came situation. What plates? Here, let's flip this off onto here. It's a nice layer there. I like it. It's subtle. It's nice. Yes, that's what I like about it too, Robin. It's going to show nicely through that. Yeah, this was just a pickup, but let's see what we can get off of here. Clean that off. Not much, but a lot of paint on here. This one did not get cleaned in the last batch of stencils I cleaned, but I think it's doing all right. The orifices are pretty intact, nothing chunky hanging in them. Don't like that in my orifices. All right, you can hang to dry. I need a new one. This. All right, what if we begin one with the phthalo, the teal turquoise phthalo? Let's start one with that. Bring back my mask. The plate. Well, before we do that, let's go ahead and continue with this one because it's why. Because I want to use the large plate. Okay. Now, what are we thinking? We can go here because so this was the mint. I want to do some dots. What if we do dots in the imperial red? That'd be too much. That'd be fun. It's not dot. Oh, bad. This is. Oh, Mo, I'm going to need help with this one. I forgot the name of this one. It was literally on the tip of my tongue and it's gone. All right, so here, I'm going to do a combo of the red and the salmon, or is that too close? What if should we lighten this up to the salmon? I'm going to try that. Just because I want to see what it looks like. Let's see here. Where is that fluid? This is the unbleached titanium fluid. Thanks, Kathy. Dot dash filigree. Thank you. This is by Sophia Button. Dot dash filigree. Oh, that's nice. A little bit lighter. Let's get it on here. It's probably not enough, but let's see here. I might could make it work. Fast enough here. Just a thin layer. I already think I'm pulling up paint too. Nope, that's good. Ooh, look at that, look at that. So that's going to be interesting. Okay. There. Yes, kitty kitty. Does someone want to be fed? Well, you're gonna have to wait just a few minutes. God, this gunched up so quickly. So with this one, what would be a good pickup color on this one? Like I want to say this little sagey color here, but I don't know how that is gonna affect the red. If it's going to affect the red too much, that's a terracotta, but still it's got permanent red and two different permanent reds in here. You think the sage robin? All right, I'm gonna let that dry. Remind me, I'm gonna pull that with the sage. Here. These. This should be dry. That is dry. Okay. All right. So I think with this one, I'm gonna pull it with this turquoise phthalo. What do we think? Let's do the colors on the card again. I mean, hi Kay, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. You guys ponder a pickup color for this, and I gotta feed my kitties. I'll be right back. Now they are fed, updated, and enough with the updates, Apple. Jeez Louise, man. How would the turquoise one look? I wonder how would that make the turquoise. That's what I was wondering, Mo. Like how that. Oh, you mean on the last print or this one that I'm looking at now? Excuse me. Mhm. You know what? I'm gonna go with the teal, or yeah, the turquoise phthalo. And hey, let's see what happens. Get my paper ready. Yeah, they have to fix the update of the first update of the other update. It's madness with these people. Don't fix it if it ain't broke. Hasn't been enough. Okay. All right, well, it's fingers crossed. But we're experimenting, so that's the goal here today. Playing around with these new color cubes I got and maybe discovering some new combinations I didn't think I liked. Hi, Carla. You're situated. I'm happy. Very happy. No worries, Robin. Okay, so let's see here. I kind of like it. It's funky, but I kind of like it. It's gonna look better once it's off the plate, obviously. But I kind of dig it, man. And it's 9 by 12. This one just had the terracotta, had a little bit of that green, the teal mix, or the, what do they call it on here? The mix of that minty color here. Hi, Shauna. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. Um, so this, I'm gonna keep this one simple, and I'm gonna go with this here metallic aqua green, just kind of their mint, but mixed with some of the sage. Why not? It's a beautiful one. This is metallic aqua green from Liquitex. Very, very wonderful. Yes, they have a new collection of metallics aside from their basic metallics like copper and gold and silver and such. They have a different gold. It's a yellow gold. They have a burnt orange. violet, purple, green. There's a blue and a red. I don't have the blue and the red. I have is it the magenta? I have a magenta. Yeah. Oh, this whole thing is bugging me. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Probably too much paint. Oh, that is such a bummer. All right, I'm not going to stress. I'm just going to move it out the way and get something else here. Oh, this is the leftover dots, but let's do something here since we've got this one out. The dot dash filigree by Sophia Button. Yeah, that's a good idea, Robin. Let me do that. Glad you said that. All right, the book is on. um, We'll do some black on this layer. This black is, oh, it gets chunky. Oh, sorry you got sick, Shauna. This is why I avoid people. People got germs. I purposely didn't put a ton of paint on here because I didn't, I think this is good enough. And again, I'm trying to work with less paint in situations. I think that's my problem with the paper too. It's not user error. I think it's just too much paint. That stencil moved, unfortunately, but that's the problem with when you put the stencil down over a layer of paint. It doesn't have that gel plate, the bare gel plate to attach to it. So that's okay. That dry. Clean off. So maybe once I get a couple of these plates cleared off, what if we come up with a combo? I will crowdsource colors to you guys. You guys can pick some colors. Hi, Donna. How are you? Welcome, welcome. If you guys want to pick some colors, that would be fun. Yeah, I'm going as long as I can. It's almost 3 o'clock Eastern now. I've been on since 1, so yeah, I'll keep going for a little bit. The bum bum is not numb yet. I can keep going. This one. Let's see if this one's ready. That's an interesting combo. It didn't brown out the red like I thought it would. And the sage is it's very subtle. It almost looks kind of silvery, but it's nice. Let's just leave that grunge on there and play with some paint. Okay, so I'm gonna move this because I'm not using it right now. Find another stencil. Yeah, let's play with this one. This is rattan wicker. I think it's style 2, but I'm not sure. I know Mo, I'm sure will pop it in there when she gets a chance. Um, let me turn this around here. I give myself a little more room. Now, because my friend Carla said she was coveting this metallic magenta, I'm going to use it. So let's do magenta. All right. Just or this goober thing off of here. But some of the colors are not in stock anymore, Karen. Like I don't think was it the blue or the red? I think it's the blue is not in stock right now. I don't know. But I was gonna place an order for paint, but I have to wait till the end of the month. Because adult stuff happens. Get off the paper towel, little girl. Come on. Do better. Get away. Go away. You ate. You've been taken care of. Well, yeah, it's because we're all talking about that's everyone's been buying it. Liquid Tax, if you're watching, come on, brothers and sisters, hit me up. Sponsor a boy. Carlos says I was gonna stay in bed all day, but made it to the recliner in my little study spare bedroom. Now I'll put this on TV. Awesome. My big hands on the TV. Isn't it a good one? It's quite bueno. Got a drive, mister. Here. So this is the one that we were contemplating on what to pull with. Um, hmm. The better to see the magenta with, my dear. Yes, it is. All right. I don't know. This one's a toughie because what if we just pulled this one with gold? This metallic yellow gold. Oh, that's right. Thank you, Mo. That's right. Robin said that. The sagey color. So I'm gonna use this, which is my version of their sage, which is mint. So let's use it up. I need to get a little scrapey tool. See how much I can get down towards the end. Yeah, that should be enough. That should give us the coverage we need. And let me get my paper here. Get my paper ready. Thank you, Shauna. That's really sweet of you to say. Thank you. Oh, look at that thing. And I literally just cleaned those two brayers. They're all gunked up again. Yes, that's what exactly. So Robin says that that sage, which is the Lucas Chrome Mint, is one of her favorites. It reminds her of Titan Green Pale. Yes. That's gonna be lovely. I think that'll be fun. So here's the sage one with the black. So if we're going by the card, go with this teal. This they call it mint, but it's really like kind of this color. So I'm just gonna go with that. I don't know if you guys can hear the dogs, but they are howling, or they're howling in unison. It's really creepy. All right, this is gonna need more because I got a couple layers on there that need to come up. So let's not cheat ourselves here. This looks more blue on the screen. So, but it's got a green tinge of green going through it. Oh, that's good, Mo. Thanks. Oh, and they're so noisy coming down the stairs, like when they have to go out. They're so noisy. Try to pull that so it's not doesn't curl up on me. See, I think that's going to look really good. It's going to look very, very nice. All right, there's two there. There's those two there. Let's see how my talent was doing. All right, I'm going to go probably for like another half hour or so. Do you like this, Karen? Isn't that pretty? A little bit of shine. Very cool. All right, let's retire that brayer off because I agree that is a party brayer off. Sure. A little bit wet, but we can talk about um, a pull color, and there's it's fine lines. Keep that in mind. But what do we think? Yeah, a lot of there's a lot of options now on the interwebs that allow you to create your own color palettes, which is great. Okay, Miss Mo, I hear you on that purple. Let's see if I have any. Or close to it. Just fell. Nope. Nope. What's this? Oh, this is all I have. I think it's dried. Put me in there. Let me see. Let's see. No, this is just nothing. Nah, that's not worth it. I'm not going to play with that. I may have it in the fluid acrylic. That is possible. Yes, here it is. Possible. Okay, so Prussian. Okay, you know what? I have more Prussian. I am down with some Prussian. Here we go. Make sure my plate is lined up with that paper. Okay. That's right. Down to the cut two stage on that one. So I said I was gonna order some paints this weekend, and it's just budget wise. The budget said, "Hold up, wait a minute. Got you got more important stuff to take care of right now." Thank God it's the shortest month of the year, right, Robin? I think that's good. Don't do that. Come on. You were doing so good. What am I gonna do? Oh yeah, I like that. And there are definitely some grungy bits left over on there. Let's see, not dry. Here we go. What do we got on here? I got 2 plates. I got 4 plates drying, and okay, we're in good shape here. All right. Let's get back to. Do squiggles and squares. Let's do some squiggles and squares. This one is a one that's been altered. This was like a prototype that kind of went weird, but it does, I believe, come as the mask um, at PM Artist Studio. I think. Yeah, mask. Yep. It's your birthday today, Karen. How did I miss that? Oh, it's 2 days until your birthday. Well, happy early birthday. I'm glad I didn't miss it. All right, so colors, guys. Let's get some color on here. What do you think? What do you guys want to see? How do you skip a whole month? What's wrong with people? Well, I guess when you don't have indoor plumbing, it can throw you off. You start with some red iron oxide, Belinda. All right, girl. I see what you're doing. Let's see. Just a little red iron oxide on here. All right, that's lovely. Look at that. Mo, the sprayer off has your name on it. Now, no, she wants to be fed again. This cat is up on me. Like she is trying to get some more food. No, that's not gonna happen. All right, so I've got this little duo here. I got a smaller plate on too. So let me flop off onto here if I can. No, because it's super fabulous grungy, Mo. Not because it's dirty. Because it's pretty. Okay, now this one here. I just want to put the book on, but yeah, see. That's okay. Oh, so I have the one who's been bugging me for food. She is the one of the babies, but she is the big one. She is white and underneath and then gray on the top. Her sister is black and white, and the mom is black and white. Hi, Barb. How are you? Hope you're doing well, my friend. Oh, see, this was a lot. I made it out to be a lot worse, but it worked. It's got a little wrinkle in the paper, but I'm not worried about that. I like that. It's a nice background, isn't it? Again, it's one of those you just move it side to side and it does all sorts of different things. And this is the one where I pulled paint off with my introvert stamp while the stencil was still on the plate. That's all you can do, Barb, right? One day at a time. Yeah, the wiggle wiggle. I used to love when I first started watching PM Artist Studio because like Mariah had all these awesome words to describe everything they were doing. And I found that fascinating. I mean, I still do. Okay, Pete, can you hold it up into the technology? I mean, that's a great way of saying, can you put it in the camera? And then P would have trouble finding like where everything where was. It was good. It was so fun. Yeah. I talked like I was like one of the first people to join the PM artist, but I wasn't. Was not. But man, so glad I did. Not that left, the other left. And now she's got the magnetic poker thing. OMG. Yeah, Rhonda's an OG. Mo is an OG. A lot of OGs. Paula Keen. Um, a lot of great people I've met through PM Artist Studio. They bring out the best in people. They really do. All right, so here we are. This was the squiggle and squares. Love the words. You're still, yeah. I mean, that's the thing is you're always learning something, and we're always coming up with something wacky and different, whether it be somebody in chat or Mariah or Patricia. That's just fabulous. Let's do. Here, let's see. I'm gonna put a better color. I need a color. This is Pabeo Gold, iridescent gold. If you're from New England, what do we call this? How do we pronounce wicker? It's Wicca. Is it Wicca? Is it Wicca? Wicca chair. This is the medical exam paper, by the way. Yeah, it's a nice gold though. I like it. Look at this on the paper. It does have a nice, not too transparent, but not opaque. Right there in the middle. It's like some of the Arteza ones. And this has a lot of little orifici all over that we got to get through. It makes it sound wicked, nerd furniture. Wicca, not wicked, Wicca. Oh, honey, where'd you get that Wicca? That Wicca chair? Oh, I got it at Bob's Discounts. Yeah, they were going out of sale, out of business. And if you're from New England, do you remember? You have to be an OG New Englander to remember Building 19. I know Darcy remembers Building 19. That was like a discount store. Um, that like it was like, everybody's clearance was like sent to these stores, you know. Fantastic place. And it always had this really weird smell in there. And they were kind of a little bit dirty, but they were great. They were a lot of fun. All right, so there's gold down there. I'm gonna put down another color here. Building 19 and a quarter. They all had like a measurement afterwards, a fraction, like building 19 and a half, building 19 and a quarter, building 19 and 2/3. It was pretty funny. And then if you went to the one up in Saugus, you had to go to the Hilltop Steakhouse afterwards. And that's the steakhouse that had all the big plastic cacti and cows out front. Famous for that. Now they're gone. They had incidents where people would like take a chainsaw to the heads of the cows and then they would like take the heads. Very weird, but yeah. We had some pranksters. So we got the gold. Let's do some of this alizarin crimson. I used to go to the Ponderosa. The rolls were yummy. That was one of the rooms, right? Ponderosa. Like they had different rooms named after places in the, like the Cowboy West. Yeah, Big Lots. It was kind of like Big Lots, but they haven't been around for a while now. Oh my God, the rolls there. And then I remember my mom always got the lobster pie. Mummy loved the lobster pie. And I always got the petite sirloin because I was petite. No, because it was a steak that was a perfect size for me because obviously I was a lot younger when I was there and a lot smaller. I love this. This is so good. All right, you gotta dry. Let's see if I can get any residual off of here. No, I think here it was the Hilltop Steakhouse. It wasn't a chain, but each of their rooms, like I think they had a Santa Fe room, and so you'd line up, you give your information to the hostess, and they would call you out on the speaker, and say the name of your party and what room you were in, and then you'd go to the room that they called you out for, and get your table and get your chow on. The other one, what was the steakhouse? York Steakhouse. Do you remember York Steakhouse, Darcy? That was an old school one around here. I remember we'd go to one in the town Dedham, and it was kind of like it was a very 70s, like dark kind of, a lot of dark reds and browns, but like you'd go with a tray and pick out what you wanted, sort of that type of place. But it was so good. It was so good from what I remember. But what do I know? Okay, let's see if this one's ready. Oh yeah. I knew I was gonna lose some here, but I think it's just going to add to the fabulousness of the print. You did? Oh, you know what, Rhonda? That's a good job. Makes you strong. Dealing with all those the germs people left behind. Isn't that fun? So cool. I mean, to go to a steakhouse now, you have to like take out another mortgage. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Let's see what we have here. Trying to pull some of these prints before we go. Because it's getting to that time where Eduardo needs to eat the food. I may even take a nap. It's a good day for it. This is the one from the color combo card that I pulled with the mint. They call sage, whatever. And this has the two stencils on it. I like this combo. It's got red and blue, but it's the right shades where it doesn't make it look like, a flag. $5 a can of soup. Where's he shopping? Most I'll pay is $2 for a can of soup. It's just soup, and you need to add salt to it anyway. Gosh. Right, just all right. Let's get another stencil on this one and give it a little more interest. Let's do one of my diamond rings here. This one's been altered. I've cut the borders off, as you can see there. We lost our beloved K&W cafeteria here in the Carolinas. Last thing for them. Yeah, unfortunately, all the good ones always go. What I do miss is because my ex, we would he was from Jersey, so we would go visit his folks a lot there, and they have the best diners in New Jersey. Oh my God. A lot of them are open all night, and then they have the best food, and they got everything. Everything. Oh my God. Love it. All right, what are we putting down here with this guy? What do we want to convey here? So that was the transparent red iron oxide on there. Or do we put a layer of paint down and then pull so we get the lines of the stencil? No, no, I think this is the right way to do it. I think that's the right way to do it. It's always the employees that are last to find out when places close. I think that's so poopy. You know, when they offer you horrible pay. God, not cool, man. What about this one, Rhonda? Do you like this one? Yeah, no, when they're doing something nice for you, you accept it and you move on because a nice thing is a nice thing, and you can't be mad at them for that. That is for sure. Well, I'm glad you had someone helping you out while you were sick. That's the worst things when you're sick and you're alone and you don't have that someone to go and get you food or fix you a cup of tea or something. Okay. I'm liking that. Do like that combo. See if I can get any paint off here. That's funny. So Carlos says they interviewed a lady who worked there. This restaurant she used to talk about that closed since the 60s. She had a stack of empty takeout boxes in her car. Severance pay, I guess. Yeah. This is one thing I learned working retail. Um, as far as money and all that business. If you have a shoplifter, someone shoplifts from you, if you could see them, that's great. Identify them, but let them take whatever they want because you know what? It ain't your money. And that stuff is already insured for theft. So don't, that's one thing I learned. Like I had employees who'd want to like chase these people. I'm like, no, it's not our money. You're not losing anything. I know it's frustrating. It pisses you off, but ultimately the company will be fine. The company will be just fine. All right, what plates do we have left here? Oh, this one. Oh, isn't that this one's yummy. This one is yummy. Okay, so this is the one. It's got gold outline with the alizarin crimson. I'll give you guys a minute to decide what color we should pull this with. Shauna, you're very sweet. Yeah, I would have done the same because just the gesture of getting it and giving it to you is it's good enough for me. Look at how gunky these things get. I'll have fun later picking at this and cleaning it up. Right, Rhonda? And it shouldn't be that way. It's just weird. Hmm. Don't fall, guys. Don't fall. Oh, no, 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 Carla. That's too much money for a cup of soup. The green with the red? It's going to look like Christmas. I don't want it to look like Christmas. Not yellow. No, not yellow. Oh no, this is alizarin crimson. Gray. Interesting. Rhonda, interesting. What if we mix up a gray? Start with some of this. I'll start with a little bit of alizarin. Isn't some of this? Oh, that's already dry. A little bit of black here. A lot of black, Eddie. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. I'm just trying to make something unique. Ooh, that's interesting. It's kind of purpley. It's kind of like mauve. A little bit of this white in here. Way much more than you need, Eddie. Way. I'm kind of liking this. It's not enough. Not enough. Oh, here. This is what I should do. A little yellow. This is called, the stencil is called Wicker, or Rattan Wicker, and it is available at Piedmont Studio. And there. Thank you so much, Mo. Mo dropped in the link, and that'll take you directly to that stencil. Ooh, look at that. Let me see if I can hold. It's in good color, not warm, cool. Dark color. All right, I'm gonna put this in. I'm not gonna completely mix it up. So I think it'll be fun to see specks of color throughout. Let's see how it turns out. So after I put this one down, I'm going to maybe pull one more print that I have, and then I will bid you adieu. I've been on here long enough. Things are getting numb. Bellies are getting rumbly. Okay. Yeah, it's a cool stamp that comes in a stamp as well. Yeah. Oops. That's kind of cool. I love it. I think that's going to be really good. So here's what's going to happen. Whatever you don't see me pull here on the stream, I'll photograph them all, but I'll photograph them and put it on post it in Makers over on Facebook. And if you don't know what Makers is, there's a link in the description of the video of how to get there. It's the PM Artist Studios Facebook group, the Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists. It's fun. It's where me and the arty peoples hang out and we share ideas and inspiration. We share our artwork. We great place to ask arty questions, look for support, that sort of thing. Just make sure you answer the questions. There's 3 simple questions you ask, and what it is it helps to root out bots. But unless you answer the 3 questions, you will not be accepted into the group. So very easy. There you go. Thank you so much, Mo. Mo dropped the link. Yes, Kitty, I hear you, and I will be done soon. And then I can take care of you too. How about that? Oh, this is the first one we did with the wicker. We did with the pink or the metallic magenta, and we pulled it with the Prussian. Now there was already some gunk on the plate, so this was already on the plate. You can see it was pop dots there. But oh, it feels so good too. Like it's yummy. We would love it, love it. Let me show you quickly. Okay, so we have there. That has to dry. Oh, we can add a layer. Let's add a layer here. Before I let you go, we're gonna get a pull color for this one. And we can take off. Yes, I agree. Um, Yellow ochre, you think? So we have a vote for yellow ochre, which I still have out. Thanks, Carla. Someone's playing some reggaeton. I don't know if you can hear it. Magenta impression, this one. It's so bright on the screen. I love it. Woo woo. Okay, I'm gonna go for the yellow ochre. I gotta get going here, so we're gonna just do it. Awesome, Karen. Yay. Oh, yes, good choice. Good choice. Good choice. I like it. All right. You have to dry. That has to dry. So here's some from today. There's these. There's this one. There's that one. The dots here. This one kind of lost. I'll have to work on that one. This one, this one wasn't really like meant to be anything, but I still like it. And then this one, these two. I think this was the star of the show so far until I pull that other one. But I really love that one. So thank you guys for joining me today. This was a lot of fun. I'm glad I got to spend some time with you all, painting and playing around. And again, thank you so much to Nancy Lee for my awesome color cubes that I definitely will be using more of. And look for pictures of the prints later in Makers, if not today, definitely tomorrow. But thanks so much, guys. Bye. Love yourselves. Love everybody. And take care of each other. Bye.